get weird delays and whatever the heck else it does. But that's life here at the Plant Life Canada cooking demo. So welcome. It's another Wednesday. It's rainy where I am. I hope where you are it's nice and sunny. And I have kind of a funky recipe for some people out there. But I saw it on an Instagram video and I really wanted to try it because all of the ingredients together really, I really like them. They're my favorite kind of flavors. But for a lot of people, this might be kind of off the wall for them. So I wanted to show everybody. So we are going to make sort of a cold salad today. And it kind of seems weird because here in Canada, we're going to kind of our cold season. But the last few days in the weekend were really warm. So it kind of inspired me to make sort of a raw type of salad. And this salad involves very simple ingredients. So we've got a cucumber and carrot, and we have a few garnishes. And then the sauce is made from some really simple ingredients that most people have at home. So I thought I would show you that. And we're going to do a little bit of some knife skills demo and make it really delicious. So if you're new here, please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. You can join me each Wednesday at 4:45 p.m. Eastern Time for easy, quick, nutritious, and delicious vegan recipes. It is very easy to be vegan these days, especially when there's millions of recipes all over the internet. My channel has quite a few, so you can check those out after. So the chat is live. All my regulars are here, which is awesome. I really appreciate it. I'm going to leave the main sort of stranger ingredient till the end. So it's going to kind of seem like a backwards recipe. But first we're going to get started with the veggie part of the recipe and the chopping. And then we'll make the sauce and then we'll put it together and see this weird ingredient that I think a lot of people are going to be like really grossed out by, but I love it. So let's do our different view here. And we're going to have our carrot and cucumber. And I wanted to show you a few different ways that you can chop this for a raw salad so that it's palatable and it has a really good mouth texture. So I've peeled my carrot and I've got my cucumber. So one of the easiest ways that you can do a carrot is if you have one of these little graters. You can just pull it across and make some interesting shapes, or you can do it really fast and get some shreds. So this little kitchen gadget, I buy a lot of them, but this one is actually one of the most useful ones I've actually purchased, and I love it. So we have that kind of way to cut a carrot or shred a carrot. You could also use a normal grater and get some shreds, and then that's really useful for that. I know one of my relatives watching right now hates carrots, but you could put something else on yours. You could put cabbage or peppers. So another cool way to cut a carrot, I'm just going to show you guys with a little piece here so we can do some demo stuff. So what you want to do is have your carrot like this, and you're going to cut it in half. So we want bite-sized pieces, right? We want to not have huge pieces of salad, which is usually what a normal boring salad does. So then what we want to do is we're going to cut, so find the top and kind of go to the side a little bit. And we're just going to cut a little wedge out, just like that. And you can put that with your shreds. And you're going to end up with, let's get the angle right here, this little wedge. There it is on the top. So then you want to do that again on the side. You got to be really careful and use a sharp knife so that you don't put too much pressure and cut yourself, which is entirely possible on this demo because I am very clumsy. And then you're going to do the same sort of in the middle of the other side. You're just cutting wedges out. So then you can kind of see all the little wedges and you get, this is a horrible camera trick. You get this little ridge-like thing, and then we're going to cut them in slices. Maybe this will be easier to show you guys. So again, I always say, like, when you're making your own food, you want to make it look good, even if it's just for you. It'll help the recipes turn out better. It'll help your food taste better. If you're trying to eat healthy, like carrots, it'll make it more fun. And then you get little pieces like that. So that is a cute way to cut some carrots. So then we have a bunch of those. So that is one way. And then I think we'll do that one after. I think I might have showed you folks this one before, but another way to julienne them is to cut them. So you cut on a bias and cut some strips, and then you can easily cut these again across ways into julienne strips. So if you don't have one of those fancy graters, you can cut your carrots into strips. So that's it for the carrots. Nothing complicated, but I just wanted to make it a little bit more fun with some shapes. And then we'll get to our cucumber. So same thing with the cucumber. We're going to cut a piece, cut it in half, and we're going to do the same thing that we did with the carrot. And cut, again, you're cutting in little tiny triangle wedges. And if you're really careful, you can do as many as you want and make it really look like a flower. So maybe I'll squeeze another one in here. So you get your pattern. And then you can save those. And then we're going to cut these into little half flowers too. And if you're crazy like me, you cut through the whole thing. But you're going to end up with these little shapes like that. You can snack on the weird messed up pieces that you did. So don't go all the way through, but you're looking for your little flower shape. So we got some of those. And again, you can always do little thin julienne pieces like that for a salad. So this type of julienne way is good for like a cold noodle salad. So the last one I'm going to show you, because chopping vegetables is not exciting, is I'm going to show you how to make hearts. So you're going to go like this. I'm just checking my chat out too. Oh, carrots. Somebody's mentioning that they're going to use carrots to decorate a jack-o'-lantern. That's actually a good idea if you don't actually want to cut your jack-o'-lantern. That would be awesome. So we have our end of our cucumber here. So this one that I'm going to show you now is really good if you can find those mini cucumbers, but you just want the end. And you're going to go straight down. You're going to put it on the thing and go straight down and cut some strips. And you're going to go all the way through like that, all the way through. Just again, be very careful cutting. But what we're going to end up with, we're going to take our little, you can take the edge pieces away. And we have our little strips like this. So let's just start with 2. So put 2 together. And you're going to cut on an angle. So you're going to start at this back corner, like pick one of the corners. And you're just going to go not straight up, but sort of at a half angle like that. So hopefully you guys can see that. And then cut like that. And then you're going to turn it into a heart. So that's where I was saying that this would be really cool to make with the small ones, and you can get little tiny hearts, but that's something neat that you can put on your plate. So that is all the cutting. We'll go back to the other area. Cutting vegetables is not the most exciting thing. That's why I wanted to get it over with. But I thought it was really cool to have little hearts and to have little shapes. And especially if you have kids, it can definitely help with them eating vegetables if they're not too keen on it. But now we have a whole bunch of different garnishes for our salad. And you can always eat the leftovers. So now, the reverse of our salad is that we're going to be making our dressing. So this is a Thai peanut style inspired dressing, which I love. That's my favorite flavor. My partner and I always make sort of a peanutty Thai dressing. So what you're going to need for that is some peanut butter. If you have sort of more natural, less sugar peanut butter, that's awesome. And a crunchy one is nice to have. But you can also just use normal peanut butter as well. And then you're going to need soy sauce or tamari. So I'm using tamari. I like the flavor better. And then you're going to need some maple syrup. If you don't have maple syrup, you can use like a vegan honey substitute. You could use agave nectar. You could probably just use white sugar too if you have it. Although if you're using the normal style peanut butter, it's quite sweet. You might not even need sugar or maple syrup. And then another one, the other recipe you need is sesame oil. So this in Canada is President's Choice, easy to find, and it comes in a small bottle, which is good if you don't use it a lot. I use tons of sesame oil, so I wish they came in bigger bottles, but sesame oil. And then you're going to need a lime. For my recipe, I actually have a condiment that is sesame oil with spices in it, and that's what I'm going to use because I like it spicy. So let's go ahead and get that started. I'm going to see if my camera angle is better. Yeah, let's try that. So I'll make that right here. I have some of the crunchy natural style peanut butter, and it was in our fridge, so I just popped it in the microwave for about 10 minutes. And then we're going to do, this is one's easy to remember, so you want about a tablespoon of peanut butter. I think that's a little bit more, but it's fine. And then we're going to do, 1 tablespoon of our tamari. And because we have more peanut butter, you can kind of just eyeball that and put a bit extra. And then we want 1 tablespoon of the maple syrup. And my cousin's mentioning that you got a huge bottle at Food Basics. I gotta try it there. Usually I go to T&T, which is a big Asian grocery store around here. But so we've got peanut butter, soy sauce, maple syrup. And then we are going to, I'm going to put a teaspoon of this, of our condiment. But if you like sesame oil, well, you can do it. This is just a little plug. I don't work for this company, but you can order this online in Canada and several other places. I think Sobeys has it. It is so amazing. It's the most delicious thing. It's basically chili condiment, but it's got sesame oil in it. So we're going to do about a teaspoon of that. Put that right in there. Let's get the lid back on that. And then I don't have my baby tiny whisk. So we're just going to mix this with a fork today. So it's going to be a little bit difficult because you got to get that peanut butter worked in. So if you had a bullet blender, you could probably very easily do that. Okay. Not the most elegant stirring for a cooking demo, but here we go. So yeah, I am making a secret salad. I wanted to leave the main ingredient till the end. If you're on Facebook, you probably already know what it is because I was talking about it when I shared my post. But here we go. So this is crunchy peanut butter. It's not going to work its way all the way down. But again, if you have a blender, you can blend it up. But the crunchy peanuts is nice texture. So we've pretty much got it going here. I'm not too picky. If I was making this for myself, I'd probably just leave it. So we have our chunky sauce. Awesome. So now we have our secret ingredient, which I have going in the sink. So if you're on social media, you know we're making a tofu salad. And the weird part about this one is that it's just completely raw, soft tofu. So I love tofu. I eat it out of the package and nibble on it when I'm cooking it and other things. Some people really hate the texture. So I always suggest doing extra firm tofu and draining all the water out of it. And if you bake it, you get a really nice texture. So if you're kind of weird with tofu, but this is soft tofu, completely raw, I'm going to give it a go. So I've had mine in a strainer, just kind of sitting in the package here because it does fall apart a little bit. So the recipe I saw, they just put it straight on the plate. So that's what we're going to do here. So let's get our better camera angle going. So that's perfect viewpoint. So this is soft tofu, or sometimes it's called silken tofu. So usually I don't use this a lot because it is such a weird texture. So we use it for desserts, or like you can use it for smoothies if you want some protein. You can use it to thicken soups and make them creamy. But this time I'm going to eat it raw. Bloop. Just like that. I'm going to leave that in the package for later. So we have just our plain old tofu. And we're going to put all of our ingredients on it. So we'll put some cute carrots over here. And you can kind of poke it in if you want. And we've got some cute cucumbers over here. You can put, if you're making it for someone else, you can put your heart, your little heart right here. So this, to me, I'm really excited to see how this turns out because it looks like it would be pretty refreshing. So got all of our veggies on there. And then we're just going to dump our sauce over top. So this is probably a pretty big serving size. So we're going to drizzle that. Doesn't look the most appetizing color, but we all know that sometimes stuff that doesn't look the greatest is delicious. Then we're going to squirt some lime on it. And when I learned this, I think from my best friend Candace, I think she must be watching, showed me a different way to cut lime. So usually you would cut it like this and squirt it on. But if you cut it one more time, straight across, you can actually get 3 fingers grip on it and squirt that on. So this is very Thai inspired flavors. We're also going to put some green onion on top, just like that. This is actually looking really good. I'm loving this. And I almost forgot my most important ingredient. I'm almost empty on my everything bagel sesame mix. I'm going to have to make some more. And we're going to sprinkle that on as well. Oh, this looks so good, actually. I knew this was going to be a winner. So there we have it. So we've got our cute little heart. It's sliding around the plate. It's really weird and jelly-y. I don't know. Oh, it was Candace. It was probably your mom was cutting limes for the rum punch and did that one time. I think that's what it was. Okay. This is probably the most nervous I've been doing a taste test because it looks good and it kind of intrigued me, but I don't know what it's gonna turn out like because it is just a giant chunk of tofu. But you could break the tofu up and put it on some cold noodles and sort of wash out the massive amount of tofu I'm about to eat. But let's give it a go. So I want to get some onion and carrot and cucumber on this. So here goes. Wow, that is so good. I wasn't expecting it to be like this good, but it is really good. And again, tofu has no flavor, so I don't know why people are so wigged out about it. So all you're getting is that sauce flavor. You're getting the sharp onion flavor. You're getting your cucumber and carrot, like cold, crunchy flavor. I will definitely be making this again. And it seems like if you had all this in your fridge, it would be like a really easy lunch to make. I will never put ketchup on it like my dad just suggested in the chat. I might eat this whole thing in front of you guys. Not bad, actually. I might try it again with medium tofu because the texture's all right now, but sometimes, you know, when you're picky with texture. So I might try it with medium tofu and maybe even more veggies on top, some corn or something like that. Or some sort of like pickled radish and carrot would actually be really good too. So let me know if you're going to actually try this recipe. If you're brave enough just to eat a giant chunk of cold tofu, let me know. And please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you have time, like I always say, Please stick around and watch any other video on YouTube. Obviously, it'd be nice if you watch one of my videos, but if you stick around and watch another video, it will show YouTube that you like my channel and you like YouTube. So thank you. So that is it. That is another quick, easy vegan cooking demo. Join me again next week, Wednesdays at 4:45, and I'll come up with some other recipe. So have a good night, guys. Bye.